was going on at halftime before you tried to come out in that third quarter?
Yeah, and in the first quarter when I came out, Brook had stepped on my foot, and I didn't really think anything of it. I came back in the second quarter and it was hurting a little bit more, and then after halftime, I finally took my sock off to look, and my whole toenail was gone. So it was just all bad from there. I couldn't walk or run, so I just told coach to take me out.
And what's the process at this point, Andre, in terms of what you do next?
As of right now, I'm just gonna what do you do for a toe? I don't know. I'm not really sure what to do. I'm just gonna talk to the training staff and find out what's the best thing to do to get back as quick as possible.
I suppose it's a little harder to evaluate your first game, given the toe injury, but how did you put together how things started for you and what you saw in your first evening here?
Yeah, in that first quarter, a lot of energy from our guys and myself. We're having a lot of fun out there. Just unfortunate for that to happen in the first game.
Aaron? Hey, Andre, you said unfortunate. Before the game, you could see, you didn't have everyone without you, the sweat going. You look pretty excited to be playing for the first time in a month and a half. How frustrating is it to have that kind of taken away by a toenail?
Yeah.
So small.
I don't know what to say at this point. It's just unfortunate. Like I said, it's unfortunate that it happened in the first game, but there's not much I can do about it. Just try to find a way to get better and come back ready to play next time.
Hey, Andre. Still trying to process everything you're saying just now, but was there any measure of relief that you got when you learned that the X-ray came back negative and that there, isn't the potential for a really long-term injury?
Yeah, I was definitely very happy to see that it was a negative result on the X-ray. So it's just a day by day, just icing it, taking care of it, making sure I get it wrapped up to, seal the missing toenail that's not there.
Dave?
So, Andre, making me cringe here, you say it. How painful is this? Have you ever experienced something like this?
No, I've lost a toenail before, but this one was very painful. I'm looking at, you see me looking down at it because I'm like, I can't even put shoes on. I have on flip-flops right now, so it's very, very painful.
All right, we have time for one more with Andre. Let's finish with Rachel Nichols, please.
Andre, what's sort of the feel of the team and kind of where things are for you right now once you did finally get out with them? That what they're missing and what kind of boost you could provide. The idea that you could be there and kind of go through that at least at the beginning. What was that feeling like?
Yeah, if you saw the first couple minutes of the game that I was out there, just the energy defensively that I brought, and it kind of boosted everybody on both ends of the court. So again, just unfortunate to had this happen to me in the first game. Kind of was a little deflating for me, but my head is high. Going to take it day by day and come back better than ever.
Thanks.
Andre and the toe X-ray is negative. Anything else you can tell us about that at this point?
No, he I don't know if he got stepped on or whatever, but it was really bothering him. Almost didn't return after halftime, gave it a run, and you can see he was limping, so we got him out to see if the doc could work on it a little bit, but wasn't able to return.
Is there anything that you can expect for the next day or two working on it? Any indication yet for when you might be able to play?
Yeah, I'll be reevaluated tomorrow, see how it feels overnight, and be day to day.
Right, how deflating was that after the first half? It seemed like there was a lot of energy in the building with him coming in, and then starting the third quarter not having him out there. Did you feel like that had made an impact in that second half?
I don't think so. I think we got a next man up mentality with this group, and obviously we were all excited to see Dre in a Lakers uniform, and it didn't play out as long as we wanted, but we knew we had plenty to get the job done, and we just fell short.
All right, let's go to Dave.
Frank, I think you guys were a +7 in the 7 minutes Drummond played in the first quarter, maybe prior to bothering the foot. What did you see out of that group and his impact early on in the game?
Yeah, well, he draws a lot of attention in the paint, and during that stretch, we really shot the ball well from the perimeter. Something we really, we had some drill work in practice yesterday, and to create a lot of open shots for guys to get some live shooting work. And I thought that part paid off. We're playing the right way offensively, generating high-quality looks, and Andre, rolling to the basket and being in the paint, draws a lot of attention, and guys knock down shots during that stretch. So he definitely benefited us during that.
And Wizzy? Hey Frank, I was hoping you could clear this up. So at some point in the first half, Andre's toe started bothering him, and then I know there was that delay in game, start the second half, kind of what happened in that short amount of time, and we were kind of done here.
Yeah, he was just, they were working on it at halftime. He came out and, they were still working on it as we were about to start the half, so, we expected him to be in there, but they were still working on it as the half was about to begin. So we had to go to Trez. We had to sub Trez.
And it wasn't anything that was bothering him, to your knowledge, before tonight?
I don't believe so, no.
All right, let's go to Kyle Goon.
Hey Frank, you guys have obviously just taken a bunch of hits in the last couple of weeks. I'm just kind of wondering, what do you tell your team, and what do you maybe even tell yourself, sort of about this next stretch if you guys have to keep going without Andre? Does that add up cumulatively, or is there, or can you find a way to kind of keep your attitude maybe even?
You mean taking a lot of hits in terms of guys being out?
Yeah.
Referring to? Yeah, we don't worry about that. We're about the guys in uniform. We know we have enough. We have a deep team. We've been playing really good basketball, getting better each game during this stretch, and we're confident that we can win. The schedule gets really tough, over the next couple weeks, but our group is going to keep working. We're going to grind. We're going to prepare, and we're going to believe in one another. And we expect to win.
Next up for the Lakers is a Friday night showdown with the Sacramento Kings. Tip-off is set for 7. We'll get you ready for game time with Access Sportsnet. Lakers start at
the Kings and the Raptors, who are on the cusp of a play-in opportunity. The Kings, winners of 7 of their last 10. They're 7-3, playing good basketball. The one thing we know about the Lakers, guys, they take a lot of pride in staying in the moment, taking it game by game, as well as handling adversity. They also take a lot of pride in, as we know, winning away from home. Now, I get it, they're without their superstars, but one of the big reasons as to why they are able to come together and win on the road is because they do just that. And you think of adding a new guy like Andre Drummond, this stretch could be big for them in terms of chemistry, camaraderie, finding ways to come together, control what you can control, what oftentimes players discuss and talk about.
I think Allie brings up a great point. Now, we don't know what Andre Drummond's future looks like right now in terms of the toe, but being a part of the team, traveling, getting to know each other. He already knows Keith, he knows KCP, but you just learn each other's style and start to bond a little bit. Could be very valuable moving forward, James.
Absolutely. Gives him a chance to see how the team functions. He's on the road. He definitely will be communicating with the coaching staff if he's not able to, practice. So, yeah, anytime you can be on the plane, talking on the bus, the more cohesiveness and friendship and fellowship you can achieve, the better it will be on the floor. So, yeah, it'd be good for him to be with the team.
Yeah, no, agreed. I think on the road you get to spend more, quality time with your teammates. And so they'll have a lot of discussion, plane rides, bus ride to and from airport, time in the hotel. A lot of video on the road, not as much practice time. So it'll be a good opportunity to become closer as a group. And hopefully physically, Andre can get himself to a point where he can get on the court and continue to get that feel for his teammates as well.
I mean, even a simple thing like a pick and roll, right? Like you have to learn by playing with a guy where he likes it, what his hands are like, what's the good zone for him, up top, what he's able to do as well. I mean, yes, they played against him, but playing with him is a whole different thing.
Completely different thing. And you do have to understand those things about your teammate. We all have strengths and weaknesses, as a group. Some guys are really good catching bounce passes, catching the ball in traffic. Other guys, you have to give them a little bit more time to see the basketball coming so that they can gather it and finish it the way you need them to. So those are all things they'll learn with more reps with one another. And then, of course, when they get LeBron and Anthony Davis back, you know, you're kind of reprogramming again as a team and starting to settle in, hopefully, as they get into mid-May.
Yeah, I mean, and he's got several players that he could get the pass from. I mean, it could be Schroeder, it could be LeBron, it could be, you know, a number of players. So the more he gets, like we said, the more he gets to know his teammates, the better it's going to be.
It appeared, oh, you got it.
No, go ahead.
It just appeared watching him tonight that there was a lot of thinking going on versus reading and reacting.
Instead of just going out
and rightfully so, yeah. I mean, Frank just mentioned at practice, that was a great practice session for him. It was very short and not enough per se, so they're not throwing a lot of action at him. He handled the package that they were able to deliver to him, but there's still so much more to learn that only time will allow him to do so.
All right, let's hear from Frank Vogel. He's speaking with Mike and the media.